make a short video today because you guys can actually do this at home. Check this out. It's cyber.gov. This was since 2015. I'm just looking around because somebody on YouTube mentioned of this thing about the remote neural monitoring. So I was looking to find out what it is. And because he mentioned you can get yourself on it to see what's happening. I don't know what it is. I don't even know where do you find a website to get yourself on it, because I would have to know what it is, what does it do, and I'm just not gonna put myself on something. I don't care what the trailer breadcrumbs, whatever the price package is or the compensation package is. Not with my life, no. But anyway, so look at the speakers of this. This was in Berlin, the 1st and 2nd of October 2015. That's quite a while back. And we do seem to have a lot of doctors here, because a lot of people ask for what your source is, and are these sources qualified to speak on this particular subject. Okay. We have Dr. Nick Begich, I think. Okay. Kevin Barrett. This one here came up. Let's look a little bit into what his qualifications are. He's a medical doctor from San Antonio, Texas, the author of A New Breed in Guinea Pigs, Technologies of Control. This is my 3rd time or 4th time trying to record this, by the way, so I got to keep a check on the recording bar at the bottom. It cuts me off when it feels like. Both books deal with the phenomenon of electronic harassment and organized stalking. He is a board certified in anesthesiology and pain management, and runs a busy practice specializing in chronic pain therapy and stem cell therapy. He is a member of the Mind Science Foundation, American Board of Anesthesiology. North American Neuromodulation Society, World Institute of Pain, and World Academy of Pain Management and Ultrasound. He's one of the very few medical doctors dealing with this issue and its victims. Okay. Who are the targeted individuals? Review of what we are finding and what we are not finding. Comprehensive review of what victims are going through. Theories of deliveries and possible remedies. So, let's listen to this a little bit right here. I got to keep an eye on that.
My name is Dr. John Hall. I'm the author of The New Breed, Satellite Terrorism in America, as well as my 2nd book, Guinea Pigs, Technologies of Control. I'd like to say that there is a movie coming out based on A New Breed, Satellite Terrorism in America. It's called Targeted. We do have the trailer done. For anyone that wants to see the trailer, it can be seen at www.newbreedmovie.com or go to my Facebook page, John Hall. This is an excellent way, I think, to get across to the world that this problem is happening. I've had a number of people, including Discovery Channel, come to me wanting to do documentaries based on A New Breed and documentaries based on targeting. I've always refused those because the problem with documentaries is targeted individuals, people exposed to this technology, will certainly be the ones to watch a documentary. However, we're not roping in the non-targeted population, which need to be educated about this technology if we're going to bring it to an end. So what we've chosen to do through our own production company, New Deal Productions and Feast or Famine Films, is do a movie called Targeted, based on A New Breed, that's shot as a drama based on a true story. And this drama based on a true story will chronicle everything that you might have read in A New Breed, the targeting of the girl that I knew, that I was engaged to, that was a victim, everything that we did to try to help her, but done in a not only educational, but an entertaining way. So that way people that come to see this movie, hopefully on the big screen, that are non-targeted will see this and realize that this technology is real. It's an imperative that we get non-targeted individuals, the regular public, who may or may not know that this technology even exists, to be aware of its existence so they can rise up with the rest of us that have already been targeted by this to try to get societal change, political change needed to actually bring this to an end. Again, anybody that's interested can go to www.newbreedmovie.com. We're also here at the conference in Berlin regarding electromagnetic harassment as well as organized stalking. I am speaking at this conference, and we will be showing a version of our trailer here at the conference for the people that have actually come to attend. They'll be some of the first people to actually see the trailer. We're currently working on getting investors to finish shooting the rest of the movie. Got two great production companies working on it. New Deal Productions and Feast or Famine Films both have Facebook pages. I would beg you to please go to these Facebook pages and like these companies. They are going way out of their way and way out on a limb to try to help us produce this movie. As you may assume, there's a lot of pitfalls, a lot of government red tape to get this done.
Let's look at this. I found this also shortly after.
Tonight, Joe Conger and the I-Team. What if police don't
I was just looking, it just showed up. I was looking for these actually to find out what they are. I was looking for what Kevin Christian refers to as remote neural monitoring, and then I found this guy. So I clicked on remote neural monitoring, and this is what's on the page. Look at the top here and do your own research.
Recognize it. And what if it's a complete stranger who's bothering you? Tonight, Joe Conger and the I-Team investigates.
Cynthia Verbeff is moving. Her home, she says, has become a house of horrors.
I feel that I've lost my mind. I've lost my life.
Incident reports from law enforcement tell the tale. Numerous break-ins at the address. Vandalism to her car, her motorcycle, her computer.
Trying to get a better
computer. Verbeff believes she's being targeted.
Everything. They just went through everything.
But sheriff's detectives had little to go on because the vandals, though often destructive, stole nothing. Even from her portable safe, drilled into and torn apart, the contents, the jewelry, remained untouched. Verbeff says her troubles didn't start until she met these two men. One would become her ex-boyfriend. The other was his partner in a San Antonio pain clinic, Dr. John Hall.
Very first time I met him, we went to his house on 4th of July, and he told me that because I was already there in his house, I would be the next victim, that I was going to be stopped.
Verbeff found the doctor's prophecy to be correct. She suffered months of oddness.
Coming in through the front door, and I touch the doorknob, and it just falls into pieces.
Lights left on, doors open, furniture moved, her clothes dryer disassembled. Her friends say they noticed the strange happenings. They tell the I-Team they even witnessed a gas oven left turned on.
As soon as you walk in the house, you'd smell gas in the house. So the whole house smelled from gas. So immediately turned it off and opened up the doors. But, I mean, that thing doesn't just turn on by itself. And it had been running for a good length of time.
Or the time Verbeff and a friend say they were stalked at a mall.
I saw him following us to several stores, and I would see the man close to us, looking at us.
The girls had the presence of mind to snap a photo with their phone. Verbeff says all these happenings culminated in an assault. The 39-year-old believes someone drugged the food in her home and returned later to rape her.
I know something happened to me because a woman knows.
She filed a report and was briefly hospitalized with signs of sexual assault. Dr. Hall says what Verbeff describes is known as gang stalking. Indeed, he writes about it in his book, A New Breed, Satellite Terrorism in America. Verbeff is not alone. Others in San Antonio have contacted the I-Team and described similar types of occurrences.
The urine arsenic is above normal. We shouldn't have arsenic.
Linda Johnson says someone poisoned her water supply with heavy metals in northwest San Antonio. Then there's her story about the bracelet that went missing, then reappeared. Police, she says, have stopped listening to her. And like Verbeff, she too believes she's been sexually assaulted, although she never filed a police report.
I've gone to doctors many times, and I've been to the Rape Crisis Center for counseling, yes.
Many of these so-called victims of what Hall describes as gang stalking meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law enforcement.
This isn't stalking done by a former spouse or former boyfriend or someone that's disgruntled at you, but stalking that's being done by total strangers in an organized fashion.
And some internet links take you here to the book mentioned earlier, written by Dr. John Hall.
The book is fact. It's not a book of fiction. What I've wrote about is an isolated story here in San Antonio.
Dr. Hall says it is a story about himself and the harassment and rapes his ex-girlfriends allegedly suffered beginning in 1996. Dr. Hall believes the people behind it are well-organized operatives using government satellite technology to terrorize him and other victims.
All voicing the same complaints: organized stalking, weird electronic disturbances going on in their homes. Most of the women are complaining of drugging and sexual assault. So it's a big national problem.
Verbeff bought the book, and what she read, she says, caused her stomach to turn, because within the chapters in the story, she found similarities to her own situation.
I pulled out the book and I started reading, and I'm like, oh my God, it's exactly what's happening.
It's like turning the pages of your own story.
Everything.
Remember the doors, windows, even the clothes dryer taken apart? Page 35, third paragraph, talks about reassembling appliances. The drugged food and rape? Page 52 talks of concealing Rohypnol, the date rape drug, in drinks and food. The account in Hall's book is chilling, and the I-Team uncovered some truth to his story. San Antonio police reports indicate there was a rape reported in 2007 in the same quad of condos where one of Dr. Hall's girlfriends supposedly lived. San Antonio police say the condo rape remains under investigation, and Bexar County detectives say Verbeff's assault remains open as well. And although there are some interesting connections to Dr. Hall in the book, law enforcement won't and cannot say if Dr. Hall is even a person of interest. The I-Team thought the similarities were striking and asked him,
Could you in fact be the person that's creating this mess for these women?
And that's one of the reasons why I got out of my ex-fiance's life, to make sure that they weren't victimizing her in order to get at me.
Dr. Hall says he's been targeted by the same groups. There's mention in the book of a conspiracy by the criminals and by fellow doctors. Dr. Hall says the Texas Medical Board retaliated against him for uncovering the gang stalking. The I-Team confirmed one local hospital suspended Dr. Hall's clinical privileges for 2 months in 2006. In 2007, the Texas Medical Board ordered 2 mental evaluations of Dr. Hall. The first came back normal, but a second evaluation found a probable delusional disorder and ordered psychiatric treatment. And in 2008, Hall's license was suspended, this time when he tested positive for cocaine. In the book, he explains the operatives drugged him with cocaine periodically. Dr. Hall's medical license has since been reinstated.
If you look nationwide, almost everyone that complains of this eventually gets sent to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrists don't look into the technology. They don't do any research into whether or not any of this is possible.
With his book published, Dr. Hall is taking his message nationally. He's appeared on cable TV shows.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hall.
Late night radio.
And our guest tonight, Dr. John Hall.
And even has his own radio program in the works.
There have been several people in my midst, obviously, that have been victimized, but if you look at it on a larger scale, it is a national problem as well.
Dr. Hall says the problem is gang stalking, seeking to victimize innocent women and sully his reputation for exposing them. For the I-Team, Joe Conger, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Dr. Hall's belief is that we all face some sort of terrorism in our lives that is mostly unseen and deadly. He contends criminals are tapping into our government surveillance systems to gain access to our lives and minds. As for the alleged rapes mentioned in that story, no one has been charged, but both San Antonio Police and Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say they continue to investigate.
worse for that. Now, why would he, let's say he's a grown man. He has money. Well, he's got some money. He is, well, if he wants to use cocaine, he would use cocaine. He's not going to go use cocaine on top of all of this while he's trying to make a point, while he's trying to get he's trying to bring something to light that is happening, that should not be happening. That's all he's trying to do. So, like I've said before, I'm a grown woman as well. I don't need to be using anything. I don't know, I see some, I hope those are like light or something, like reflections of light. I see some white. I usually look for like white things in your home, like little spots of white. I don't know what they are. I don't know what those things are. If those things are when these frequencies hit them, they start to give off a certain odor, or it just causes. I don't know if when heat hits them something happens, or cool hits them. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I saw those things in a motel room. I saw them. There's like 2 or 3 places I've seen them. I just don't know what it is, and I'm hoping that's just a sun reflection. I'm hoping that there's a sun reflection. But my thing is, I believe the guy. I believe what he's saying. And I believe that this is what they do. Come into your home and they rearrange stuff. From here and put it here. And you know you left it here. Now when you see that, you know how you've left it. This is, only you will get it. And then you open your mouth, you sound like a kook. What they also do here is they have this bunch of flying monkeys that is used as a distraction to discredit us, to point, to mock us. Like for example, talk about rape. I don't think it happened to me, but if it did happen to somebody who is my age or is overweight or something, that doesn't make them like a Hollywood sex spot. They will have a bunch of people saying, who would want to F you? Who would want to do that? They would have to be crazy. Look at you. This is what they do. Cold and callous. This is what they pay people to do, to discredit people. This is not rocket science, folks. This is basic shit they do. It's just a huge amount of shit that you have to wear boots. You have to wear a whole body boot because it's up to here. It's just layers of crap after crap after crap after crap they throw at us. They're slinging shit basically. These people are nothing but fear mongers. They sell fear. That's to keep you silent. That's to keep you shut your mouth. Let them walk all over you. Sit down and take it. This is what they do to people. To get us to shut our mouth. Keep quiet. Let them, with a bamboo pole. This is bullshit. They have the people coming and they're discrediting us. Saying things. Making us look like, well, who would want to do this? Like for example, they will have like with me, if I say something, right? That I have, I don't know, maybe a way of speaking, maybe a way of thinking, something. I would say that I'm trying to figure out why this is happening. I post a video, I put it out there. You might have some young 20-something-year-old looking really, very pretty, very dainty, very fly, whatever the word is of the day or the terminology is. And they would be like, look at you. Who would do this to you? Why would they do this to you? That's just to make you feel, first of all, like shit, and to make people see, people want to believe, yeah, why would they do that to her? That doesn't make any sense. She doesn't look like she has anything to offer. She doesn't look like she's very attractive, or she's ugly, or she's a fool, or because I always say this, I'm overweight. And some people automatically associate overweight with stupid. You're not just fat, you're fat and ugly. I mean, you're fat and stupid. Like the three things go hand in hand for overweight people. You're fat, stupid, and ugly. That's not the case. Definitely not the case. I'm just showing you this is what they do. They pile it on. There's miles and miles of hooey, of dog do. They're slinging poop at us, basically. It's basic stupid shit they do, but it's so many directions it's coming from that it really gets, it covers us for a minute. It's tend to make us feel like shit, because now we don't want people saying stuff like this in public about us. We start to minimize ourselves. Put ourselves in a box, basically, for them. I'm only on here speaking because it's happening to me, and I don't know what else to do. And I'm hoping that something I say will get mine to stop. Suddenly grow a conscience, or have a heart, or some sort of fear, or some sort of tiredness. I don't know. Take your pick. Anything. Anything. And maybe the people who are doing slinging the poop at you, they'll stop slinging and leave you alone. If that's what they want ultimately, is for us to be so bogged down with all the poop they're slinging in various shapes and forms, that whatever we've lost, whatever we're losing, whatever the deal is, because I feel each and every one of us know what the deal is. I lost stuff. Well, I didn't lose it, it's just missing. I didn't literally had it and put it down and somebody took it. So they want me to basically forget about that. Stop looking is the operative word that she keeps saying. Stop looking, you have to stop. I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. Looking. Okay, they stole. All right. She's been at this as long as I know, for over 2 years. I guess she's not satisfied that she thinks I'm still looking. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know. But I'm just hoping that eventually she just stops slinging the poop. That's it. And what this woman said, I understand. And this other one is saying that they found urine in her water supply. And I always talk about the water smells funny. It smells like sewage water. There's lots of chlorine. It comes in like stages. Chlorine. One time it smells like hydrogen peroxide. It actually comes in a wavy form when it's like hydrogen peroxide. You can see the water is different. They could be doing. Just a frequency. You know when music sound changes water. That's one. You can't be doing that in my house without my permission anyway. Right? So it changes the water. But there's something else coming down there as well. So which one is it? Na 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 na. Let her figure out which one is it. Na 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 na. That's how they do it. And we're the children.